I figured I would show you my little indoor garden. You may have seen it in a previous video I did where I made no, I didn't make basil. Well, I mean, I did. I grew the basil. Where I made pesto, and I used the basil from my garden to make the pesto. So I'll put a link to that video also. But I figured we would take a look at my little indoor garden and how to garden in a small apartment. So let's go take a look at what I got. So this is my little indoor garden. And I also have a few plants on ground level as well. So let's go through it one by one. This one over here is a pea plant. So like a green pea or a snap pea. I'm not quite sure what type of pea it will be, but it is a pea plant. And it's doing well and it's pretty healthy. So this piece over here, it's this guy right here. He's trying to grow up and he might try to grab the window. And what I did last time is once it was sturdy enough, I kind of wrapped it back around and it started wrapping itself. You can see over here, rewrapped around the sticks. So hopefully I could get it to do that again. My next plant is this plant to be. And this is an avocado pit that I placed in this cup of water. And the idea is that you keep it like partially submerged, and at some point it will crack and develop roots. And once it has a good root system, that is when you plant it in the soil. Next is my basil, which is over here and thriving. So you can see my basil does really, really well. What's funny is it's rooted here, and none of it is like directly in the planter. It's all overhanging over here. So that's my basil. Underneath the basil, let me see if you could see this. I have this mystery plant. I have a theory that the mystery plant is parsley, but I don't know for sure, and because I don't know for sure, I am not going to taste it. Then I have my beautiful orchids. I am so proud of this. This is a second bloom on these. So I was given the orchids as a gift almost a year ago, last August. And it looked pretty similar to this last year. And then all the flowers fell off and then the stem dried out. And what I did, I trimmed it back to here. So that was the original stem. The original stem came up here and there were flowers up here. And I trimmed it back. And through the winter, even though it was just the stem, I continued to water it. And the way you water an orchid is I would put 3 ice cubes on these roots. And their roots are like very interesting because they stick up. They're not like in regular dirt. They like absorb moisture from the air in addition to the ice cubes that melt down on them. And then they have these beautiful leaves, which are pretty waxy feel to them. And then the stem comes on up. And then you get these beautiful, beautiful flowers. Okay, then at ground level over here, I got this tomato plant. So this is going to be these Bonnie red beefsteak tomatoes. So I have a gardening stake in there that they're attached to. And I'm trying to take good care of it, and hopefully I'll get some tomatoes out of it. Then this plant over here, this was lilies. And they were really, really nice. And they all bloomed. And you can see sort of like over here what's left of where the flowers were. They bloomed, they were beautiful. The flowers fell off, as flowers do. And this is what's left right now. And I'm not quite sure what to do with this. I don't know if they rebloom. Does anyone know? Does anyone have any information about lilies? This was my first time with lilies, and I honestly don't know anything about them. So if you have any thoughts about how I should continue to care for these lilies, please let me know. So that's my indoor garden. It's a little less ludicrous than it can get sometimes. I have a tendency of planting things indoors in pots that typically need to be outdoors and need a lot of space, and sort of like a challenge to see how well I can get them to do indoors in these circumstances. An example of that is I have grown pumpkins indoors. Yeah, I tried that. Um, Initially, it started out really good. I got multiple male flowers, and then I got a female flower, and it started to grow. And like you could tell like where the pumpkin was going to be. It had like a little bulb. And then all of the sudden, the plant took a turn for worse, and I never actually got pumpkins out of it. I have planted papaya seeds to see what would happen. You can see I have an avocado pit that I'm gonna eventually put into a pot. You know, I try. I wanna see what's gonna happen. I wanna see if they'll grow. I wanna see, can I make a tree? Like what's this gonna turn into? You know, and how can I make it thrive in a smaller space? So I'm always really curious to see what I can do indoors in these gardens. I know like the Aero Garden is really popular. I've never had one of those. If you've tried an Aero Garden, let me know about it. Tell me how that worked for you, if it's something worthwhile. I like the idea because it has like the built-in light, and it's sort of like a self-contained little system. But again, I've never tried it, so I'm very curious. So let me know what your thoughts are on those. Or if you have any indoor gardening tips. You know, I'm hit and miss. Right now I seem to be hitting. All of my plants seem to be doing really well. There are definitely times that I'm missing, and my plants are sort of like, no, we're done. We're done. But not right now. Right now they're doing good. So that was a little tour of my garden today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have a garden, what you're growing this season. And until next time, stay inspired by. I'll see you tomorrow.